Good morning, friends. We are talking about DAX functions, right? So almost we had completed logical functions, date and time, math and statistical, time intelligence also we had seen, and filter functions is the one I'm going to be explaining today. And these functions are pretty much easy. Please practice them once, and easily you can answer the interview questions, right? So now we have calculate and all, use relationship function, and related. So these are filter functions and very, very important functions. So let us understand what is calculate. I think calculate functions, we have used it earlier. So what is the meaning of this? What is the need for the function? Let us understand. Want to create a measure by applying a filter. So we know how to apply filters, right? So in the Power Query level, so you wanted to apply something, so that we have done it. But I don't want to apply filters at the Power Query level. I wanted to show the data by writing a query. What query? DAX query. I wanted to apply some kind of a filter. For example, the simple example is that calculate sales for the black color product. Okay, so I want to get only the black color product. So there's a filtering is going on. It is equivalent to where class. Select sum of sales from the sales table where product color equals to black. Product color equals to black. Something like that I wanted to perform. So calculate is going to be calculating by applying some kind of a filter. Clear? So that is what is the need for the calculate filter. Quickly open my Power BI desktop. Let me try to work with this. These are pretty much easy. Once you understand, it is not at all complicated. It is not at all complicated. Now I want to do take the Adventure Works database. We have a customer table, we have a product table, and we have a sales table there, right? So I wanted to implement, I wanted to take the data from there. Now it is just getting loaded. Let me close this window. Now quickly go to transform data. So if you have recent sources, let me use the Adventure Works. It is there. Now it's being loaded. Please wait. I have a customer table. I have a products table. I have a sales table. Okay. So dim date table I'm not bringing now. So we'll bring it later if it is required. So customer, products and sales, and click on OK. Okay. Now let me show you what is this file all about. Let me show you Adventure Works retail data. Let us understand this data. So this company is manufacturing bicycles and a lot of other products, right? So what are the products these people are manufacturing? You can see product name, logo cap, long sleeve logo cap, lot of products like this, HL road frame. So and each product in which color, black color, red color, red color, sometimes multicolor. So now I have this product, which table I'm talking about now. I'm trying to talking about Adventure Works retail data. So this is the file, already you have it, right? Now we have a lot of data in this. We have a lot of data. So sales data we have, products data we have, customers data we have. Let me go to products table. You have a product name. So product name like logo cap, road frames, and lot of things are available. And what is the product color? Black color, red color, or sometimes white color, blue color, multicolor, right? So like that. Again, what is the category this product comes under? It is component category, clothing category, accessories category, and clothing components like that. Lot of product categories are available. Under again you have a subcategory. What are the categories if you wanted to see it? Let me apply a filter. So these are the unique categories: accessories, bikes, clothing, and components. Okay, so each category will have again different products, different color items. So here not applicable. So for some products the color is not applicable, NA, right? So accessories again got a lot of other products. What are the other products again? Bike, these are subcategory items. Helmets is subcategory, locks, pumps, lights, bottles and cages, and bike stands, fenders, cleaners, bike racks, tires and tubes. These are the different, subcategories part of accessories. Like that, if you go to bikes category, what are the other bikes? Road bikes they're manufacturing, mountain bikes they're manufacturing, and again they have road bikes and touring bikes also they're manufacturing. This is the category, this is the subcategory, mountain bikes. So these are the different varieties of category and subcategory. So mountain bikes, road bikes, touring bikes. Clear? So if I go to a clothing category, what kind of a clothing they are supplying? Socks, caps, jerseys. Because if you go in for a mountain ride, you need jerseys, you need cloths, gloves, right? Because mountain riding is not so easy. So people will buy cycles plus the accessories, clothing, and everything from this adventure works shop. Okay, so this is jersey, shorts, even shorts, big shorts, gloves, lot of things they're having. All these things part of clothing. Clear? So these are the different varieties: big shorts, caps, gloves, jerseys, shorts, socks, tights, vests, blah blah blah. So you have category and subcategory. To understand some data, I'm just giving you this kind of inputs. Now we have a component category. So what are the components they have? These are the components, right? So we have under this, so chains, brakes, forks, handlebars, blah blah blah. So okay, wheels, saddles, pedals, blah blah blah. Whatever they wanted to have it, they are going to be having it. So this is what is the data. Now I wanted to know only black color sales. It could be any category, any subcategory, but I wanted to know black color sales. Okay, where is the sales? Sales is available here. Now, so using the product key, I will be able to join this, and later I want to filter based on the color. So black color and sales amount I wanted to get it on the fly. So that is what is the requirement. So quickly go back and close and apply. Let me go to the power pivot model. So it's loading the data over there. Please wait. So it may take a little more extra time. There are pending changes in your queries that haven't been applied. Okay. We have 60,000 plus rows in sales table, right? It leaves megabyte of data, right? So all the data will get loaded into Power Pivot model and it will get compressed, and columnar database is going to be creating, and which is going to be storing all the data into the RAM, which is 10 times faster than the normal SQL Server databases, blah, blah, blah. So all these things we discussed, right? So now I wanted to create one DAX query and I wanted to implement. So what is that I would like to implement? I wanted to know what is the product sales. So black color items I would like to have. That is the my aim. Clear? The aim is I have to create a measure, but what is the requirement? Calculate sales. This is what is my requirement. What is the requirement? Create calculate total sales for black color items. Forget about bikes later. Clear? At least black color items. So I quickly go here and drag and drop new measure, because we're going to be creating aggregations, right? So you should not create a column, because we're going to be aggregating the data. We take some data, filter it, and we're going to be aggregating. The requirement is very, very simple. I need sales for black color items, black color products. Okay. So if you wanted to, calculate something, you have to use calculate function. Calculate function. So what is that you have? You have to write some expression. So what is that I would like to do? I would like to do sum of sales amount. Sum of sales amount. Perfectly fine. Sum of sales amount. I would like to create it. But what is that I wanted to have it after, expression. So I have to calculate sum of sales amount based on what is the filter. Filter is not, mandatory. It is in the square brackets. Square bracket means it is not mandatory. So I simply say, okay. If I simply say, okay, what is going to be happening? Will it give black color items? So I'm able to create a sales for black color items, but this measure is part of customer. So where it's supposed to go? It's supposed to go to the sales table, right? But I have created it here. If you wanted to move this measure to here, what do we need to do? Click on this measure and go to where? Table tools, and it is available in customer. Home table is customer. I wanted to move this measure to sales table. You can easily move it. You can easily move it. Clear? So now it got moved. Now let me go to sales table. Now it is available. I wanted to drag and drop this. Now quickly drag and drop sales for black color items. Sales for black color items is this much. Okay. But what is the total sales? I want to know the total sales also. Double click on it. And what is the total sales? Total sales is simply take the sales amount. Okay. So total sales is the same thing. And this is also same thing. What we are missing? We are missing the filter part, right? So this is what is called total sales. When you go here, you should be able to understand this is a implicit measure. This is an implicit measure. It is calculating the data. All the data it is taking and calculating. I quickly go here. I try to apply some border. Now, this is an implicit measure. Now, I have created one explicit measure with the help of a calculate, but I did not filter this data. So, if I wanted to filter the data, I have to put filter clause. I have dragged and dropped this. It is able to give me sales of black color items, but it is not giving me. Why? Because I did not write it properly. I have to filter it. So, go here. So what is that you want to apply? There is a filter. It is not mandatory, which is option. What is that you wanted to have it? So I wanted to have color, COLO, your product color. Okay. Product color equals to what color? So the color also you have to write. I want to have black color. Clear? It is simply writing select sum of sales amount from the sales table where product color equals to or color equals to black. It is the same as that. Clear? Press enter. Now you should be able to see this measure. This measure is implicit. This measure is explicit. Now black color items sales is $8.84 million. Clear? So tomorrow I wanted to have red color items. So only thing you have to do it here. So what is going to be happening? It's very, very simple. So calculate function is going to go to the product. It's going to be filtering the data. It is applying a where clause. Then you get some data. All the data it is going to be taken and summing. So according to us, let me show you. It will go here. It will go to the table. What is the table? It is going to be taking this table. Okay, let me click on this table. It is going to be taking only red color items or black color items, whatever it is. So it is applying a filter first. So it is, for example, I need red color items. It is taking this data. For this data, it is going to be bringing the product key. It will go to the next table. What is the next table you have? Sales table, right? Sales table. For this color red products and get me the sales amount, and it is going to be summing. So that is how it is on the fly going to be performing. Clear? So it is going to be filtering the data, then getting a lot of values, and it is going to be summing. So some summing operations happening here. So this is what is called calculate function. So calculate function is used to filter the data and do some aggregations after filtering. It is equivalent to what? Select sum of sales aggregations from sales table where product color equals to black. When you write the query, if you know SQL queries, you can easily understand. So this is same, query like this. Select sum of what? Sales amount. Okay. From which table? From sales table, join with what table? Product table, blah, blah, blah. You know how to join. Where product color is equivalent to what? Red or black, whatever it is. So this is the SQL color, so SQL query, and this is what is called a DAX query. Nothing else. Clear? So what is calculate function is going to be doing? It is doing want to create a measure or want to calculate something by applying a filter dynamically. So we can apply filters everywhere, but writing query and apply, that is what is my important thing here. Clear? So what is the source of data I have taken? AdventureWorks. If you don't, put the filter here, will it give you any error? No, no error. But it did not give you proper data. This is what I have written first, but later I have added this part. Clear? So calculate sales for the black color product. So what function we're going to be using? Calculate. So function is going to be applying what? Applying the filter, then whatever be the data that you're getting, and based on the data, which is going to be aggregating. Yeah, any questions?
Sir,
Hmm.
so can we apply multiple filters, like more than one filter?
Now, if you give me time, the next one is that. Okay? Yeah.
Yes.
So now the next question is that.
Okay.
What is the next question? Calculate total sales for the black color bikes only. Clear? What is the multiple items here? One is that black, and what is the category I'm talking about? To bikes. So I wanted to go to this sheet. Now I go. So one is black color items. Now again, what is that other one? I wanted to have only for the bikes. So filtering is happening. One is bike. Let me go. One is for, I would like to go in for the black. This is one filter. Second filter, only for the bikes I need. I need all these things. So I would like to go in for bikes. So this is the data, bikes and black. So I wanted to know what is the total sales for only black color bikes. So this is what is the next one. Clear? Okay, you have asked the same question, right? Now let us implement the same thing. Okay, chalo. So we'll go there, and I want to go and try to implement. So put comma here. And what is the next product you wanted to have it? So I wanted to have category, right? Category name, because we can see the category name here, right? So we simply go category. When you say category, it is able to give you like this, and is equivalent to what is the spelling. Exact spelling you should write. Okay, this is a spelling. If you write small case, upper case, lower case, then it will give you a lot of issues. Now you go there and you try to write same thing. Clear? Now press enter. When you press enter, this is what is called the total sales. Now this is what is called total sales. This is a red and bikes. So now let me give you black color bikes, whatever you would like to give. Now, black color items are 8.6, 8.66 million. Red color is this much. Let me change blue color. We have a blue also. So both conditions I'm going to be using. This is what. So what is this condition here? I'm putting a comma operator. So comma is working as an end operator. Clear? So blue color bikes is 2.17 million. But what is the total sales? All the items, all the colors, 29.36. Now blue color bikes. So instead of having blue color bikes, let me go in for clothing. Do we have, blue color clothing also? Let me go and check. So we have blue color clothing also available. Let me say blue and write clothing here. Clear? So you can write multiple conditions. So comma here used as end symbol. So this is a true and that is true. Then only it is going to be working. It is going to be working. Clear? So blue and the clothing 35.69K. That is a total sales is happening. So that is what is called this. And here and operator is comma here. So what I'm trying to use here, comma is a and operator. So we need not specify a and a and or a double ampersand symbols as and. Clear? So that is what is total sales for black color bikes or blue color bikes, whatever you want to have. But I wanted to use or instead of a comma, you need to put this. So I need a product could be either a black or product could be either red. So this is the thing. Okay. So the next one is if I wanted to apply product color could be blue or means pipe symbol, double pipe. So either blue or clothing or so let me press enter. So I'm talking about multiple colors, multiple items, or you can simply say the same thing here, and it is 2.58 if you observe carefully. Now I wanted to have either a blue or a black. So blue or a black color sales. I would like to give like this. Now press enter. So product color could be either a blue or a black or red, something like this. You wanted to mention it is total sales is this. And you can write put comma and write and or this one, that one. You wanted to write however you would like to write it. But this is end operator. This is or operator. Earlier we discussed what is that comma was a end operator there. Now we did not write any ampersand here. Clear? That is what is the observation you need to have it. So calculate function is very easy to use like this. Okay, it is only this and not we have used I think in time intelligence as well to understand previous year sales, this year sales, everywhere we have used it. The next one is all. So what is all? So if you wanted to use all, where exactly we're going to be using all? To understand or to retrieve percentage of sales using all. For example, where exactly we are going to be using, all function, I will tell you. Now, let me simplify it. Uh, Product pen sales is $10 billion. Product pencil sales is, let us say, $20 billion. Okay. Or let us say some $15 billion. And the product, some boxes you are selling, or you're selling some balls. Okay. So the sales is, let us say, $18 billion, or it may be some $12 billion, something like this. It is some sales. Okay. Now, what is the grand total? So how normally we write? We write a grand total like this, right? We'll say total. So total is how much? Uh, 18 plus 12, 30. 30 plus 10, 40. What is the grand total? 40. We have a grand total. Okay. Now I wanted to know what is the sales, what is the share of the pens on the total sales. Okay, I wanted to find out the share, percentage of a share of this product on the total sales. So we are talking about now, I wanted to know what is the share of this product. So how do you find out the share? If you want to find out the share, your sales, okay? Share of the pen or each product. So this is a 10 divided by 40 into 100. So that is what is called on the total sales, the share, right? And what about the pencil share on the total share? So how do you do that? So it is 18 divided by total. 18 divided by total. What is total? Total is 40 into percentage. I wanted to know percent of the share on the total share. Like again, I want to find out the each product sales percentage, right? If you want to do like that, and the current sales, it's sales. That means current sales, that is 12 divided by total sales into this. Clear? So this is nothing but a all. So all means a grand total. Remember this. All means what? We will be telling you grand, right? So grand total, or you say net total, something you write, right? Net total. Now, all means, in simple understanding, you are going to be getting the grand total. Okay, all means here, all the product sales will get stored here. It is a grand total. All is going to be pointing to 40. That is what you need to understand. So, what you need to drag and drop pen sales divided by all into 100. Drag and drop current sales divided by all. All means what? 40. Clear? And blah blah blah, and drag and drop this and do this. That is what you should be able to get it. So all is always going to be giving what it is going to be pointing to grand total of the given product. So whatever you have it. Clear? So that is what is very important function that I wanted to use it. So for that purpose, I'm going to be using. So what is the thing? Percent of sales I would like to have it. So I'm taking sum of sales. Clear? Sum of sales. So what is the sum of sales? I have this much, and divided by calculate sum of sales. But here I'm going to be using what? I'm going to be using this one. So all sales means all the products it's going to be taking, it is going to be getting the grand total. Clear? Current sales divided by sum of sales into blah blah blah. So this is the formula we are going to be writing to understand what is the sales of percentage of sales using this. So I'm talking about here share. If you want to find out the share, and this is the formula, but in the PPT I'm talking about the sales percentage growth. I would like to have it. So what is the percentage? 0.02. If it is 100%, this share is 0.02, 0.06, 24% on the total share, 37%. So this is the formula we're going to be using. If you wanted to get the grand total, so grand total means all means whatever with the product that you're having. So the all means all the sales data it is going to be taking, and it's going to be getting the grand total. That amount it is going to be using and creating this formula. Clear? So that purpose, sales divided by sum of sales blah 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 into 100. Clear? So if you want to create like this, all reads the grand total, or all reads always this kind of a things. Now let me quickly go back and create, sorry, let me create one control Z. Let me go to one table. I wanted to know what is the product wise, or I wanted to know what is the category wise. Whatever you would like to have it, you can have category wise. Now quickly go to the sales and drag and drop sales here. Where is the sales? Sales amount is here. Okay, which is able to tell you what is the sales. Let me go quickly apply some grid and everything. Go to style and flashy rows and quickly come down here, and I wanted to increase the font. Okay, I wanted to increase the font. So this is the sales. Now, what is the measure I have taken here? The measure I have taken is what kind of a measure it is. It is implicit measure. It is implicit measure I can use. I can also create an explicit measure. How can I create? Simply, you can go to a measure. We will also talk about quick measure. Okay, what is a quick measure? Also, we'll discuss. Now, I would like to use sum of sales is equivalent to sum I'm writing and I'm using sales amount, right? So this is an explicit measure that I'm using. Whether you use implicit measure or explicit measure, end of the day, you get the same thing. So it is a part of, customer table. I wanted to move this to which table? It has to be moved to the sales table. That is the better thing. Sum of sales has to be there in the sales table. Now, let me go and drag and drop sum of sales. Where is that? So you drag and drop sum of sales here. So whether you take the implicit measure or the explicit measure, both of them are going to be giving you the same data, which is using a function which is not using the function here. So it is already aggregated, but this guy is using a function if you see carefully. The same function we have used earlier, so it is not. Whether you do like this or like that, there is no change. But end of the day, both of them are going to be showing the same data. Clear? But what is that I wanted to have it? I wanted to have sales percentage. So I want to put some formula. So what is the formula I wanted to have it? The formula is that so current sales divided by grand total. Grand total is this much in 200, something like this. I would like to create a formula and create a measure. So if I wanted to read grand total, that is when we are going to be using all. So that is what is the sales, percentage of sales, sum of sales, and I'm going to be using calculating sum of sales divided by this into 100. So this is what I'm going to be, using one formula. So either you can use a ready-made measure like this, or you can go in for, without using ready-made measure also, you should be able to get the same thing. But you must use calculate. We are going to be using all to read the grand total. Clear? So let me create a measure. Percentage of sales. So percentage of sales. So you can use either you can use sum of and the sales amount. Okay. You can use this one, or sum of sales amount is already calculated and the sum of sales. I'm going to be using this sum of sales instead of writing. So that is also fine. So it is sum of sales. So that is what I'm going to be using, divided by I'm going to be calculating. So what is why I have to use calculate? Because by applying some filter. What is it filter I would like to apply? I wanted to I don't need all the data, whatever the data I have. So category names will get filtered there. All the categories will get filtered. Only for this, I wanted to get the sales. That is what is the point here. Okay, sum of the sales divided by, so I have, so calculate sum of the sales and comma. So what is it I would like to have? Comma, I wanted to say all. So all is going to be taken when you go to all here. So what is it is telling? It is telling table name or column name. which data you wanted to read from. You wanted to read complete data of the sales, because sales is the table that I would like to use it, and close the bracket, press enter. Again, you have to say put 100. So put 100 is not the right practice to put 100 here. There is one more way that we can apply. So I'm able to create the percentage of sales. So the sum of sales divided by what is that? The total sales. Clear? Total sales means I'm going to be taking this divided by this into 100. This divided by this into 100. This divided by this into 100. I did not put 100. So what I'm trying to put now, trying to show percentage of sales. Where is that created? It may be created somewhere here. We'll move it later. So let me drag and drop this first. Okay, it did not give me percentages. Now what you do, you go and click on this symbol. When you click on this symbol, automatically it will get converted everything into percentages. Clear? So the current sales divided by, the total sales into 100. So without writing formula, without writing 100%, you simply always click on this symbol so that you will be able to get this in percentages. Clear? So we are going to be using all to get the grand total. Clear? So tomorrow it may be for category names, and tomorrow I take, instead of category names, I wanted to say each product or each color. So let me drag and drop a color. Each color, what is the sales percentage color wise? Okay. So drag and drop a color and drag and drop a sales amount. You can drag and drop normal sales amount, or you can drag and drop sum of sales amount. Anything is yours. So let me quickly go back here. Go and try to use format painter. Come back here and apply. So this is black color. This is the total sales. I wanted to know sales percentage. We have calculated already, right? Let me simply go and try to use this. Will it work or not? Let us see that now. Now it is going to work, because we did not supply any colors, we did not supply any column names here. Okay, it is going to be happening dynamically everywhere. You drag and drop either color or tomorrow country or tomorrow year or what a product category, this one, that one, everywhere it is going to be working. Black color, the sales percentage is 30% on the 100. So blue color is selling very very less, 7%. Multi, only this one, not applicable. No color is applicable this much. So whatever you would like to use it, you create one formula on the sales amount and drag and drop like that. Clear? So these are pretty much simple to understand it. You can practice once, and very very simple to use it. Clear? So you can have anything there. So instead of doing like this, instead of doing, for example, you don't understand this formula clearly. If you don't understand this formula clearly, Microsoft is giving you one more option. Clear? The one more option is percentage of grand total. That is also it can give you. So how to do that? So go to here. Now you wanted to know product wise. So you don't know how to write that query. So simply you drag and drop a table. Now you wanted to say product wise, product category wise, subcategory wise, whatever you wanted to have it, you can take it. Category wise, what is that sales amount? You can take sales amount. Where is the sales amount? Drag and drop sales amount here. You go back, click on this, and format painter, go to page number 5 and click on this. Now you got the sales amount. You drag and drop once more sales amount. Clear? But what is that you need? You would like to have this kind of a thing. So what Microsoft says, if you don't know how to write this, simply go here and click on this, and you will have category name is first column, second column is sum, that you can keep it. Third column, again you drag and drop same sales amount, it is also summing, but don't sum. So here show value as percentage of grand total. That's it. So it is going to be writing the same formula, whatever you're able to see, the same thing, 296, blah, blah, blah. You see, 296, 1. The same formula it is going to be writing. So without you writing percentage of grand total on the sales amount, whatever you have written, the same thing it is also able to do it. How to do this? It is very, very simple. You drag and drop sales amount twice, drag and drop sales amount twice, and you go back, you simply convert that into this formula. So click on this, go here, and earlier it was a sum, right? Now it was no calculation earlier. So it was like this. Now what you need to do, click on this, go to this, and come here, click on this, go to show value as a percentage of grand total. Click on this. So automatically it will get converted. Clear? Microsoft is very, very intelligent. Make everything simple so that people can work very, very easily, not understanding these formulas and everything. But it is going to be writing that kind of a formula everywhere. That is what is the beauty about this. Now, the next one, it is very, very interesting thing. Use relationship. It's very, very interesting one. And let us concentrate further. Very, very, very important interview question. So tell me about use relationship function. Where exactly we're going to be using? Let me quickly go and open Power BI desktop and let me explain what are the issues in this. If we don't have use relationship function, what is that we will lose? Let us understand. I wanted to open Microsoft Power BI. Now close this. I wanted to use a transform data and load sales data from the Adventure Works table. Go to new source, Excel workbook. I wanted to use Adventure Works retail data. Don't take all of them. So I need sales table. I wanted to use analysis with dim date table. So take these two tables. Okay. So sales and dim date table. And you close and apply. You close and apply. Please wait. You have so much of data in sales table. It will take a lot of time. And we have around, I think, 6 or 8 MB data. 60,000 plus rows are available in sales table. Right? So we have around 6 MB, right? 6.21 MB of data. So then it's creating relationships. Now, let me go here. It is not able to get any relationship. Now I wanted to have, there is an order date here, right? If I go to sales table, there is an order date, right? I wanted to know year-wise order date. When you have year number available from the dim date table, so you can join these two tables. So which table? Dim date table and sales table we can join based on the order date and we can get the data. So go here. So there is an order date, things are available, right? So where is order date here? Order date is here. So this is can be linked with full date. Full date and order date we can create a link and it is available now so you can understand. Clear? So full date to order date, because now full date is having continuous numbers and order date will have duplicate data, and whenever you get a dim date time, so you need to do one more step extra. What is that? Consider this table, mark this table as mark as date table. Okay, let me go. So use the column full date. So it should not have duplicate values. It should not have null values. So all the data in the full date is completely, you know, unique values. So I have taken this date and time, and I have taken this. So you can create any kind of a date related data analytics, year wise, month wise, this wise, that wise. So I have, linked what date I have linked, order date to full date I have linked, so that I can use this. Now I can go to visualization. I can drag and drop a table like this. Now I can create a visualization. What is that I wanted to have it? I wanted to have year wise. So always when we have a dimension date table, take the year number from here. Don't create a DAX functions there. Okay. So always you link the tables. So get the sales amount from here and year number. Don't summarize it. Now you go quickly. You increase the style to flashy rows or whatever it is. Okay. So alternative row colors, if you wanted to have, you can have it. And below you have a grid, and where the grid, you can increase the font size. It can be increased. Now you come down, and if you want to increase the border, create a border, you can create a border as well as in this. Now this is here. This is what is a sales amount. Sales amount is properly appearing. Why? Because we have a relationship. If you don't have relationship here, if you don't have relationship between order date to this one, and definitely, sales amount order year wise, you will not be able to get it properly. Everywhere you will get the same data. Clear? So every year you will be able to see the same data. It is not happening properly. Simply you go and always you properly give what is that you would like to have, you full date to order date you would like to have it. Clear? So it is going to be creating a beautiful relationship. Now, this relationship, you can see, this is I think 1 to M relationship, right? It is minute to one relationship. It's created order date to full date and make this relationship active. Now, the second requirement I wanted to have is that, so I wanted to get not only with the order date, I wanted to get the data using ship date year wise sales. Clear? So you have two dates are available. Two dates. One is called order date. So, and we have a ship date as well. So 1st August, one order is placed, and 8th August, the order is, shipped. Clear? If I wanted to know what is the sales happened based on the not order date, order year, I wanted to have ship date year. So this is the year I would like to have. For example, if I place a order in month of December, what will happen? So 28th December, I place an order, 2020. It will get shipped in the next year, right? So for example, 28th December 2020, I place an order, and January 2nd, 2021, it has been shipped. Clear? So definitely you will have a different, dates and different times may be available. So order date is something different and ship date is something different. Clear? Order date is something different and ship date is something different. So hope you can hear me clearly, guys. Guys, can you hear me? No problem, right?
Yes, sir. No
Yeah.
problem. No problem.
Okay. Okay. So I wanted to have the data. So what I'm trying to do, the next requirement is that now let us understand one by one. Hmm? The first requirement, order date year. Year wise sales. Okay. This we can achieve by creating order date, and we have used full date. This we have combined. But next requirement, this is requirement number 1. This is requirement number one. So if you have requirement number two, what is requirement number two? That is not order date year wise. I wanted to have ship date. Okay. Ship date year wise sales. So here I have to join these two tables based on the ship date. Clear? Now let me go here and try to take this. Let me use my paint. I wanted to take this data. So not all the data, this data I wanted to keep it, right? So let me, okay, sorry. This is the data I need. Okay. So this is the data I have it. And this is for uh, year-wise, order year-wise sales. Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to go back here, and my next requirement is that I wanted to have ship date year-wise sales. Okay, if I don't have relationship between ship date to order date, so I don't have I have a relationship between order date to full date. So I have to create one more relationship, ship date to full date. If I create, then only I will be able to join the data based on this date and get the sales amount. Clear? So what I'm trying to achieve, I'm trying to use a full date and I'm trying to implement ship date to full date. I want to create one more relationship. When I'm creating one more relationship, now you see one is a dotted line, one more is straight and a clear line. So this is not active. This is what is the problem. What is that problem? Let me go to manage relationship. Now let me show you what is it. Even though I create a relationship, now this relationship is not active. If it is not active, it is not going to get any data. So this is what is my point here. Between two tables cannot have more than one active relationship. You can create, but only one thing is active, the other one is not active. That means what? At a time, you will not be able to create more than one relationship, either this or that. So either one of them are going to work, but not both of them are going to work. Clear? So I wanted to get order year wise sales means you have to have a full date and order year. If you need ship date wise sales means you have to create a relationship between ship date and full date. But the problem is between two tables cannot have more than one active relationship. So what is that I should do? If you wanted to make it active, if you want to make it activity saying you cannot create a direct active relationship between sales and blah 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 already exists between these two. To make the relationship active, set the cross filter blah blah blah. So it is telling me you delete this and you create active. When you create active, then this is going to work. So now what is active? This is active. Now this is a deactive. Now you go back, these numbers will change. This number 31, blah blah blah. So earlier you have taken some data, right? So earlier it was a 32, right? So earlier it was 32. Now the same year number earlier, it was taking as what? It was taking as order date and doing the calculation. Now, if you do year number, it is doing the calculation based on what? Based on the order date year, because you may order now and the shipping may happen next year. So definitely this is what is called order year wise sales, right? So this is what order year wise sales. Okay. here whales. But whatever you're able to see in the current program is not the year, it is a ship date. Ship date, you will be able to see the less figures. Earlier it was a 32, now it is 31. So this year number belong to what? Order year or ship year? Ship year. And earlier it was 65 and it is 65, blah, blah, blah. It is able to give you some data. Clear? So we are able to get a proper data. But the question is that I wanted to have both, visualizations. I wanted to have one is called order year wise sales, and I wanted to have ship year wise sales. So now either of them I can use it, either this or that. Why? Because if I go here, if I go here, I can always create only one active relationship. I cannot create more than one active relationship. My problem is that either I can show that visualization or this visualization, but the customer needs both visualizations. One visualization with order year wise sales amount, one more visualization ship date year wise, sales, total sales amount. If I wanted to achieve both, can I achieve? You cannot achieve with the help of present situation. Why? Because any time you can have only one active relationship, not more than that. So what is that you wanted to make it active? That you can go and check here. Okay. So there is an active relationship. Make this relationship active. If you wanted to make this active, you cannot. But how do I use both of them? So make this relationship active is unchecked. If you're trying to do this, it will give you a lot of issues, and OK button is also not enabled because you have to uncheck and check this. Clear? So this is the issue that we have. Now, what is the solution? If I wanted to achieve these two requirements, what are the solutions? Okay. We are talking about now two solutions. Solution number one. Solution number one, you create one more dim date timetable, because one timetable you're getting and you're trying to link with this, and you get one more dim timetable and you link this dim timetable with the ship date. So that we can do it. Let me go and delete this relationship. Okay. And relate this relationship. Okay. So the same dim date is trying to join with the ship date, and the same dim date is trying to join with the order date. Okay. So this guy is playing two roles. One is a ship date role. It is playing. It is trying to go and get the data of the ship date. It is trying to go and get the order date. So one guy is playing dual roles. So the dim data table is called as a role playing dimension table. Clear? So this we're going to be discussing in our data warehousing classes. So dim date is called as role playing dimension table according to data warehousing concept. Role playing dimension means a data warehousing table. Dimension means a table in data warehouse, nothing else. Dimension means a table. Role playing, what roles it is playing? So it is playing, one is called, it is going to be linking with the order date. It is also linking with the ship date. Okay. So in simple, any table, any table, in simple word, okay, any table is having more than one primary key and foreign key relationship. Okay. So you're having one relationship, full date to order date and ship date to order date. If you have multiple primary key foreign key relationship between any two tables, clear? So the primary key table is called as a role playing dimension table. Clear? So this will be role playing dimension table. So we were creating full date to ship date, one relationship, right? And we're also creating full date to order date. So Where is order date? So full date to order date. We are able to create two relationships. Whenever you create a two relationship, the first problem is that only one relationship is active, the second one is inactive. You will not be able to achieve both relationships. Okay. But when you have this kind of a relationship, this table is called as a role playing dimension table. When you have a role playing dimension table, okay, what is that we need to do? Because if you create like this, always only one will be activated, the second relationship will not get activated. But I need the requirements to be achieved, requirement 1 to be done, requirement 2 to be done. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to get dim time table twice. Okay, so get this table once more. Okay, so get this table once more because already you have this. So I wanted to bring this table once more. Go to Excel workbook and adventure works. Now I wanted to get one more table. What table I would like to bring? Same dim table once more. Transform data means it will open Power Query. I don't want to transform data. Get directly load data into Power Pivot model. So in movies, same hero acting as to dual roles, right? Role playing. James Bond. So maybe having two playing in dual roles. So if anybody is acting as dual roles, that guy is called role playing dimension. Now we have a dim date. So dim date we can rename. So this I'm going to be using. How to rename it? You can rename. You can go to the model. So dim date it is order order date dim date. So let me rename this is ship date. Let me rename this. It is ship date. Okay. Let me create ship and order. Okay. And go and remove all these things. I have created ship dim date and order dim date. I have three tables. Now there is no problem at all for you. Right. So there is no problem at all for you. Now I can create full date to order. This is order, right? This is, I will go full date to order date. I can create one link. Done. Now here I wanted to implement, I would like to implement now ship date. Where is ship date? Ship date to full date to ship date. So I can easily create like this. So this is the thing everywhere, not only here. You go to Oracle, you go here, you go Power BI, you go to SSAS Tableau, everywhere. When you have like this is the best approach. You get dim time table twice. Now you create a beautiful visualization. What is that now you need? Now let me go and create both visualizations. What is it now I need? I need double click on this. I wanted to have year wise. So what year? Order year, right? So you go to the order date, drag and drop order year, and the sales amount you can get it like this. Okay, go here and you should be able to get the sales amount here. Now you go and try to format the paint, go back. Now you click on this. This is a beautifully given. This is order year wise. Clear? Now I would like to create one more visualization. Double click on this. Now this is ship date wise. Let me go and get this. This time you should not use order date. You have to use a ship date and get the year number from here. So that is what you need to do. And you go and don't summarize and get the sales amount. Okay. Now you go and apply the format painter. Clear? So you will be able to get two visualizations clearly. This will give you order, or date wise sales. This is a ship date wise sales. You will see lot of changes here and there. Clear? So that is what is the thing that you could understand clearly. Have you seen this? Now, this is how you should be able to achieve. So, at the time of creating order date, year number, you need to take it from here. So, that is how you will be able to get year number from here so that you can get order date. So, the next time you take year number from here, but the common column is sales amount. Clear? So, this is the best approach. This is the best one. You should be able to use it. Now, there is no problem at all. So, this problem is we need not see it because between two tables cannot have more than one relationship. Now I have created one more table here. I have created one more table. So I have created active relationship between this, and I don't mind to do that. But the problem here is if you get one more table, lot of data will get duplicated. So if you don't have enough space in the Power Pivot model, the issue starts. If we have millions of data in the dim date table, because same table you're going to be loading once more in the model. So what happens? It is going to be occupying a lot of space. Same table here, same table there. So the only disadvantage is it is going to be occupying more and more space. Okay, so that is what is the issue. So get the dim data table once more. Disadvantage, it will occupy more space in Power Pivot model. Clear? Because of this, we are going to be switching to the solution number 2. What is the solution number 2? Without having what? Without having the second table, we are going to be using use relationship. Okay, so we are going to be creating a measure ship date sales. If I wanted to create, calculate sum of sales, because sum of sales will be calculated based on this relationship. What relationship I'm going to be using? Ship date and full date. I'm not going to be bringing this. I'm not going to be bringing this. Now, the problem is that I don't want to use this. Why? Because I wanted to reduce my space. So I would like to delete this. So let me go back, delete this table from the model. Okay. So I can rename this to a normal date and time table. Now the visualizations will not work now, right? Whatever the visualization I've created, it is not going to work. Okay, so this is gone. Remove this. So this visualization is going to work and there's no problem here. I wanted to create one more, visualization, ship year wise, ship date year wise sales amount. Okay, I don't want to bring the table. I don't want to create relationship like this. Okay, I don't want to create. Now what is the solution? You simply go here, create a measure, create a new measure. Now the new measure is ship date year wise sales amount, something like this. Okay, so this is the formula that we're going to be using now. What is the formula we're going to be using? We are going to be calculating. So we are going to be calculating using these two things. We are going to be getting sales amount, so we have to use calculate. So the first function we discussed. So calculate, what is that we are going to be calculating? Sum of sales amount. Okay. Sum of sales amount we're going to be calculating. But use relationship. What relationship I have to use? I have to use order, ship date, comma, full date. Okay, ship date, comma, full date. And this is what I'm going to be using and creating. So create one measure. So create it. Now what I should do? Sales dot ship date and yeah. So what I do, I first go here. I forgot to tell you now. I first go here and try to create inactive relationship first. Okay. Anyhow, we have to use full date to ship date as well, create inactive relationship. Now this relationship is going to be active. So this is the message, because we have to create this. Okay, that is, we did not create, that we have to create. Now this is gone. Now we have created a measure. Now this will become active when you're trying to use this, otherwise not. Let me quickly drag and drop a table now. Drag and drop a table. Now I wanted to go in for a year. What is the year now? The same year I would like to take it. Now the measure I'm going to be using, what is the measure we have? Ship date year wise calculation. This is the measure I would like to have it. Now we can see the numbers. Okay. We can see the numbers. Earlier we were able to see 31 year. So this is 32. Clear? Ship date year wise. So without creating one more table, and we simply created two relationships, but one is active, one is inactive. So this will get active when you try to use this measure. Okay, use this relationship whenever you try to do the calculation. Based on this relationship, it is going to be calculating the sum of sales, and the same thing is going to be coming over there. So this is what is the importance of use relationship. Clear? Now what is the advantage here? We need not bring dim date table once more. We need not bring dim date table once more. But what is the best practice? The solution number one or solution number two? If there is no space issues in Power Pivot, then solution number one is the best one. Clear? So many architects will always say, whenever you have a role-playing dimension table means you will have a ship date, you will have order date, you have a due date. So a lot of dates are available. So when all these dates are connecting to dim date time, you will have a multiple relationship. When you have a multiple relationship between those two tables, now the dim date table is called as a role-playing dimension table. People would ask you, what is a role-playing dimension table? So you can easily say, when the dimension table is having multiple relationships, then the dimension table is called as a role-playing dimension table, which is a data warehousing concept. We're going to be discussing data warehousing, and in that we're going to be discussing about what is a dimension table, what is a fact table. Am I clear? So these role-playing dimension again I'll talk about, but in the interviews compulsory you will get this. Do you have any role-playing dimensions in your model? If yes, where, how? Tell me one example. And how did you achieve it? And what are the solutions you have implemented? What do you mean by use relationship? Blah, blah, blah. Clear? So what is the best approach? Bringing the dimension table, dim time table once more is the best approach. If you have a space constraint, then going for the solution number two is always better. Clear? So why use relationship is very, very important? To calculate a measure based on a inactive relationship. Clear? So we have an inactive relationship. Using that, I'm going to be create a measure. What is it we're going to be achieving? Try to get a sales amount based on what ship date, right? So use relationship. What is the purpose of this? To calculate a measure based on inactive relationship. We're going to be using use relationship. Am I clear? The next one is called related function. So I'm going to be bringing employee, department, and sales data. Let me go try to achieve this. Okay, so this is done, guys. And don't save this. Now I wanted to understand related. Okay, so what is it I would like to get it? Open my Power BI desktop. Every 15 days once, the Power BI software will get updated. Okay, so you have to keep updating Power BI software once in 15 days. New version is going to be released not every year, every 15 days or every 1 month. You will be able to get new Power BI. So very fast, updations are going to be happening to the Power BI software. So you can download the latest one always. So what I'm trying to get, transform data. I wanted to get employee, department, and sales table also. I would like to include. You can use new or already recent sources we have. You can use either of them. I can use Adventure Works. I would like to get one sales table. It's being loaded. Now, I wanted to use employee as well. Let me go employee also. I wanted to bring department and employee, right? So click on OK. So all the data I wanted to close and apply to the Power Pivot model. I don't want to do any Power ETL transformations. I don't want to apply. I'm directly loading the data to where? To my Power Pivot model. No. Let us understand the requirement clearly. So what is the requirement? Report requirement. Report requirement is get employee name, department ID, and department name. Okay. So the requirement here is that I have employee, I have a department, right? So we have employee and department. So this is a department name available separately, and there is a primary key and foreign key relationship is been already taken care between department and employee, and I don't have any link to sales table, right? Now it is very, very simple. I wanted to create a beautiful visualization. So I wanted to get employee ID and don't summarize employee name and department name. I have to bring it from here. Department name, I have to bring it from here. Now quickly check this and the style. You can have bold header and the grid. So let me increase the font to 25. This is my table. Now come down and border also I can have it. When I'm creating this visualization, these two columns I'm getting from where? From the first table. And this I'm getting from the second table. When you drag and drop something, what Power BI is going to be doing, it is going to be joining the data on the fly. What is the meaning? It is on the fly using this relationship, going to this table, and based on the department ID which is available, so based on this, it is going to be joining and getting the department name. If we have 100 rows or 200 rows, this visualization is very, very fast. When you have a large amount of data, when you have 1 million, 2 million data, this visualization cannot show you the data quickly. Customer will tell you this report is very, very slow. This visualization is very, very slow. Why? Because it is going to be getting the data based on the relationships, and on the fly, select employee table, join department table. Based on the condition, it is going to be giving you the data. So on the fly means whenever the customer wanted to see the report, whenever he clicks on the report, that time. On the fly means whenever he clicks on the report, that time Power BI is going to that table, get the data, join the data, match the data, put the data in front of the customer. It may be slow. So what is it I wanted to do? I don't want to do like that. So instead of that, I wanted to use a column to be attached in the this table itself. Clear? So what is it I'm planning to do? So what is it I need? I have a employee table here. All the columns are available. Employee ID is there, employee name is there. What is missing? Department name is missing. Where is department name? Department name is here. So every time going back and getting, can't we get a department name directly to employee table? Why not? We can get it. So for each and every guy, I have to get this. For that purpose, I have to use these related functions. Clear? So I will be going here and creating where in the employee table itself. In the employee table itself, I go create a new column, not a measure. It is a column. Each employee you will get a department name, right? Now you go, you will say department name. Okay. So department name. So when you say related like this. When you say related, now understand what is going to be happening. When you say related, and I have to say department name, it is able to give you department, department ID, department name. It is not bringing the sales. Why it is not bringing the sales? Even though department is available, employee is available, sales is also available, it is not showing me a sales columns or sales table. Why? Because these are linked, this is not linked. So related is going to be using primary key foreign key relationship, and it is giving it is going to show you only the related tables. So sales table, even though it is there, it is not able to bring. So what is that you need? You need department name. Clear? Click on OK. So department name, it is available here, but the same thing is also available here, right? Now tomorrow what you do, you go to visualization. So you don't want to get the visualization, and with this you go, a department name is available here. Simply drag and drop the department name. So you're not going to be joining on the fly. Okay, you are not going to join the data with that column, because employee table itself is having a department number, department name. Now this you should be able to use it. Now you can reduce the what is called as the cycles, right? The joins and everything, you can reduce it so that the report is very, very fast. Clear? So that is one requirement where we can achieve. And one requirement where you can create, we can also create like this. If I wanted to, yeah, disadvantage there. When we refresh the data, it may take a little more extra time because it is going to go and get the data. That is fine, no problem. But otherwise, which is very, very fast. So one more report requirement is need column with the concatenate. So employee name with department name, if I wanted to have it, I can also use like this related. So I can say employee name. For example, you don't have a department name here. Okay, let me go. Let me delete this column. Okay, let me delete this column. This time I wanted to create a new column. So EMP with department name. So I will be able to get a concatenate. So what is the first column name? EMP name. EMP name. I wanted to have it, or I can simply put EMP name directly and space ampersand, right? We can use ampersand like this, and in between I wanted to have like this, and again ampersand I can use related, and I'm going to be taking department number, department name from there, and close the bracket. Okay, there is no bracket, right? So this is what. So I'm reading a employee name from here, and the department name I'm reading from this table and concatenating. Clear? So this is how I'm able to show you. So all these things you can achieve with the help of related functions. Clear? So this is what is called filter functions. Clear? So these are very, very simple functions, not very complicated. So DAX is very, very easy when you try it. If you don't try it, if you only watch videos, then nothing will happen. Clear, guys? Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please ask me.